Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the Yearbooking Report. We'd like to call it TYR. My name is Scott Giese. A little background on me. I've been a journalist my entire career, literally since I was sort of a senior in high school, which was over 40 years ago. Formerly, I was a representative for one of the nation's largest yearbook companies, did that for 25 years, covering central and northern Pennsylvania. I got a lot of background in media. I've done radio, I've done television, I've done podcasting, I've done video, I've done news and sports reporting, I've done news and sports writing, I've done copywriting, I've done social media posting. All right, being older it means you have more chances to do more stuff, right? Well, I've been able to do more stuff. One thing I've done over the last several years is I created this podcast series called the Yearbooking Report, which I did primarily for the advisors and schools and friends that I worked with in Pennsylvania. And then a couple years ago, I started doing a newsletter feature, same name, Yearbooking Report, connected to that, and then kind of meshing writing and audio and video work, again, primarily for the folks that I was working with directly. Also, with a few of my colleagues from yearbook company colleagues that I worked with, and then they shared my stuff then with some of their schools, and it was pretty popular. A lot of people liked it. In 2024, I made the decision, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to move on after 25 years as a yearbook rep. I continued doing my TYR stuff, either again for the schools I worked with or my colleagues in their particular schools. Continued doing this stuff, and then summer of 2025, I decided, you know what, I want to keep going with this. Totally now, though, as an independent feature, not connected with any yearbook company, taking my 25 years of experience, my 40 plus years of experience in journalism, also a lot of the contacts I've been able to make in the yearbooking and publishing and journalism world, try to put them all together as an independent feature to try to help out schools literally from anywhere at any level, elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, and put all this together in this thing that I call the Yearbooking Report. Now, you're tuning in, which I appreciate. We got our website here, yearbookingreport.com. Hopefully, you are already signed up for our newsletter. Actually, one of two newsletters that comes out every week during the school year. Okay, not Christmas, but pretty close. We will have a separate elementary and middle school newsletter and a separate high school and college newsletter. If somehow you haven't signed up for those yet, look for the links here on the website, yearbookingreport.com. Click the certain link for your particular age group. Little bit of information, that's all you got to do, and you're in. We're going to be covering lots of great stuff in every edition, ideas, tips, suggestions, video clips from our podcast interviews that we're doing. There's a second thing. We're renewing the Yearbooking Report podcast, both an audio and a video version, and we're going to be doing those once a month. And the plan is to release those probably around the middle of every month. All right. And so hopefully, maybe you've already checked out some episodes from that. We're going to be reaching out to people all over the country, again, independent. So it could be an independent group. It could be somebody tied to a certain yearbook company or maybe this yearbook company and so on. We're going to try to spread the wealth here a little bit to get as many great insights and ideas as we can get from as many different people across the country. We're also going to be doing specialty videos. Look for that section here on the website. These are videos that your yearbook company's probably not going to be able to do or willing to do. We're going to have some interesting titles as we go through the school year. One, for instance, Yearbooking and Gen Z. If somehow you haven't maybe checked out that video yet, in other words, these Gen Z kids, which allegedly are driving teachers crazy everywhere, how do you handle them from the yearbook perspective? We've got some really interesting information, some statistics, and then some ideas on how to maybe, if you're a yearbook advisor, kind of change up your strategy a little bit. Also, we're going to have other specialty videos through the year, and be on the lookout for this guy, the yearbook mad scientist. He may pop out every now and then with some interesting views that I think, or we think, students might especially like. Also, this is something that your yearbook company, and maybe even your yearbook rep, if you have one, will do for you. We're going to be doing special requests. I don't know, call me a DJ or something. So as the year's going on, you're having a problem with something. Your staff's having a real problem with something, and you wish you had some advice. Shoot that to us here at the Yearbooking Report, and then as quickly as we can, we're going to do some research. We're going to check out some things. We're going to make either a video or an article for you, and then send that to you that hopefully you can either use yourself advisors or you can use it with your staff. Our thought is if you're having some problem with some certain issue involving yearbooking, we're betting a lot of other advisors are probably having the same problem. So we're going to make a specialty video for you, but then we're also going to share it out with everybody else in the TYR audience. I can't wait to see some of these requests. All right, this could be pretty cool. By the way, all this is free. All right, free to charge. Now, as we continue with the newsletter during the school year, you may see some paid sponsorships from maybe yearbook companies, publishing companies, maybe education companies, and so on. Yeah, we got to pay the bills. All right, we got to do that. So you may see that at some point later. And of course, as we continue here with our TYR effort, all right, if you want to try some of our video lessons that we have on photography or on writing or on design or something else, use them maybe complementary to whatever your company already gives you. Although in a lot of cases, depending on the company, maybe you really don't have that much to draw from. Draw from us, all right? Our lesson videos are very simple, very short, but get to the point and hopefully will help to get the message across to your staffers. Yeah, this is some stuff we really need to be doing. As we continue, we'd love your feedback, yay or nay. All right, our address is very simple, scott@yearbookingreport.com. That's it. You want to send me a message like, hey, really like this, or didn't care for that very much, and so on. Again, your special requests. Remember our email address, scott@yearbookingreport.com, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. So thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking part in our TYR journey. Let's see what we can do working together to help you make a great book and have a great experience with your staff. Thanks again.